Alright, hello everyone, it's a pleasure to have you today with me. My name is Nikolai Stepanov, and today I'm gonna go you through all of my entrepreneurial journey as a young entrepreneur in Aston University. So let's get started my personal documentary, or as also known as the BD008. I'm gonna kick off this with the agenda and topics I'm gonna cover today. So we're gonna be talking about Houston customer challenge weeks, Houston's callings, learning journeys, dream business project, side hustles, biggest takeaways from the year, assessments, and how do I balance my lifestyle on a day-to-day basis. So let's get started with the customer challenge week. So it was a pleasure for myself to take the lead for the first multi-sport charity challenge we've organized with the Incrementum and the Pioneers. So that was a brilliant event hosted in the middle of the campus of Aston University. We've managed to raise almost £1,600. Lots of lessons were learned, how to connect with charity organization, negotiate with them, then get all of those money, transact them securely, and keep the evidence from the whole process so we can show up all of this to our coaches. And then there was an actual Aston University post of us as a team academy raising almost £2,500. So that was a brilliant success. I'm very proud of which. And let's move forward to another customer challenge week where we've started from a pound and we've been challenged to raise as many pounds as we can. So I done this for a day or two, challenged by Pete, by himself, one of our new coaches, and I've done, to be fair, only 15 pounds starting from one. Good experience, it's not that easy, but definitely it's always good to stretch your mindset and try to do something that you're not absolutely ready at the moment, but still will give you the benefits. So as a result, I've realized it's much more important to invest my time and energy on a long-term business when I have my passion and my business up and running instead of a short-term money makers project, if possible. So another thing that happens during those customer change weeks was actually the first coaching session that I organized between the Pioneers and Incrementum. So that was a pleasure for me to be the facilitator. Probably not many people remember this, but I remember having 4 people from the Pioneers, 4 people from Incrementum, and it was great first merged coaching session. So brilliant experience. I was facilitating it and definitely approaching in different ways and learn a bit more about coaching as well. So let's get into the second point of today's agenda, Houston's callings. That was absolute fabulous this year. So we did start with different Houston's calling in different places, but what we do as the pioneers is always approaching this in a unique way. So we've been doing an interviewing Houston's calling, a podcast format Houston's calling, and even a questionnaire Houston's calling with questions and sticky notes just kind of underneath everyone's chair. So always trying to be engaging with the audience, and that way we find it easier for us, to be honest, to share our message, share our vision, and just engage and make it more interesting for everyone. So let's get into the third point we've got, which is the learning journeys. So that was such a pleasure because that way we exchange knowledge between different team academies, and it was incredibly. So we started with one where Bristol Team Academy came up to Birmingham. It was a bit unplanned, but I showed up as a facilitator and my team helped me along the one-day journey just to facilitate this type of a learning journey for the other team academy. The second one, I was much more motivated to make it properly, and me, Megan and William from UE Team Bristol Team Academy, we've managed to organize something fantastic. It was 2 days. They came 14 team entrepreneurs, stay overnight in Birmingham. We had coaching sessions together, workshops, networking events, and even evening out. So that's just a picture to show you. It was nice clubbing together and definitely bonding as a team. Also talking about me and the Pioneers, which is my team. That was one of our pictures we've got from the Christmas party 2021. So great memory. Let's move forward into the Strasbourg learning journey. So that was intense. We went there for 3 days in France, and we've been there with team entrepreneurs from all around the Europe. And in those situations, I'm just keep repeating to myself, Pareto principle, because why? in those situations you realize that you want to do so many things, but I'm trying to focus on the 20% of the activities and things I can focus on that will bring me the 80% of the desired outcome. So always worth thinking about frameworks, models and principles when the things got challenging. How? So it was great. In terms of my dream business project, so that's Brainy Bar, and there is lots of things I've learned about my project and the food sector. But some of the biggest milestones I've done was actually finding a supplier for my company, and that was the Ludlow Nut Company. I managed to see the owners of this company physically in Ludlow, have a 2 hours meeting with them, learn a lot about the business sector. They share a lot of their experience with me, and finally I've got prices and actually a contract with their company to buy ingredients, 8 out of 10 ingredients I'm using for my Brainy Bars on a much better prices in bulk as a wholesale trader, so that was huge success. Another milestone I got was finally a proper certification in terms of the legality of the business operation. That's a huge milestone, and everything's working much more clearly and smoothly. So that was another goal we've achieved this year. And last but not least, a new supplier for the packaging, super sustainable, 95% biomass made products and packaging, and still local from Manchester, and yeah, definitely at least made in the UK. So not as local as the Ludlow, but still in the UK. So let's continue with the side hustle projects, because there were a few this year. So I get into working on a Christmas market for a month and a half, getting the experience of how does it feel like to be an employee in the UK, or we're learning about all the paperwork and just staying with the mindset as an entrepreneur while working to see the difference, the changes and contrast the experience. That was great. I was keep cleaning garages back in Bulgaria when I was going back there for a couple of days, so organizing, structuring and just trying to get the most out of it when I'm back home. And last but not least, looking forward import and export of goods from and to the UK, so lots of legality, a couple of meetings, prospecting of companies. At the moment it looks promising, and definitely the progress can be seen because the things are moving forward better. So now let's talk about assessments. We've got the BD005, BD006, 7 and 8, but let's begin with the first one, where we've done a business plan, stakeholder analysis and marketing videos. Super valuable, super effective and definitely helpful for my business Brainy Bars, as well as my entrepreneurial capacity and just knowledge, overall knowledge for business things to feel more confident. So definitely took a lot from this. Then we got the BD007, PEP, personal inquiry project and proposal. Lots of academic improvement there, lots of growth, writing, reflecting, not my best thing, but I'm doing whatever I can and I can feel the progress there as well. And last but not least, and team environmental scan, networking events and personal documentary that I'm doing right now. So as you can see, another useful thing for me and myself and my team that we've done. So finalizing this with the biggest takeaways from the year, I've realized how important it is to be a team player, to lead yourself, choose your opportunities wisely, take part in as many activities as you can, because you never know when something valuable will come up from somewhere, and definitely focus on your long-term goals and just be as self-aware as possible and work on yourself. And lastly, the balance in my lifestyle. I love doing sports, so I've been part in many sport clubs during this year: swimming, Aston Sport Club, running Aston Sport Club, the triathlon UB Sport Club, the University of Birmingham Athletics Club, Marketing Society, Team Entrepreneurs Club, and a few others. But as a result, just I love networking. That's what makes me more energized, and I've managed to figure out my strategy to get the most out of the course, networking, and my sport ambitions, which is keep my day from 9 till 5 for team entrepreneurial stuff, and then train before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. do running, swimming, or whatever I want for myself to feel comfortable and confident So that's the way I'm approaching the things during this year. It was such a nice year to be part of, and definitely thanks to my team, the Pioneers, and we're moving forward to the next year where we're gonna be even more motivated and doing the best of our possibilities. Thanks.